Back here on Relatable. Just getting back into some topics, back in the NBA topics, some life topics. Me, Brad over here, got Jeff over there. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe, on this YouTube channel. Even though it's a podcast, got to upload it here. All right, let's
also
just
on Apple Podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
Apple Podcast.
Gotta plug everything. All right, so let's just gonna go ahead and hop into the first topic. So first topic today is gonna be early predictions for NBA season 2023. We're in the off season right now. So we're just kind of getting the flow of things. Gonna be back in October. Regular season start up again. So we're just gonna do way too early predictions. You probably seen a Bleacher Report, all types of fucking apps and all that.
Yeah, just to be clear, what we're gonna predict are seedings from the East and West. We're gonna predict MVP, Sixth Man, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Defensive Player of the Year. Our finals predictions: All NBA, First, Second, and Third, All Stars, East and West. So yeah, and then we'll talk about some relatable topic at the end.
It's gonna be a lengthy prediction podcast. These are always fun to do.
I mean, we'll try to run through the seedings, just especially the bottom ones. There's not much talk about the Magic this year.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them. Yeah, once we get to like after 10.
Yeah.
And
all right, why don't you start off in the East, the East seedings. Start from the bottom. Yeah. What do you got?
The bottom? You want me to go 15-1 or just start at 15?
Yeah. 15.
We should each do one. So like 15. So I'll read 15 to 11, mine, and then you read your 15 to 11, and then we'll go 10 down
make
each.
It quick. Yeah.
All right. So these teams, kind of suck. So we're just gonna lay these ones off. So 15. This might be kind of a surprise. I got the Pacers.
Me too.
No, hold up. I got the wrong fucking. Bro, I had the wrong.
Oh man.
Dude, no way I took a picture because I updated it again. Hold up, let me take a new picture.
Oh my god! I thought we were gonna be the same on the first one. Damn.
My bad. It was no, bro. I got trust in the Pacers actually. My shit actually kind of surprising because I wanted to give mine risk. Like I felt like being risky.
You wanna be hot take, brother?
Yeah, I like hot takes. It makes me have fun. All right. So these teams.
Don't say anything crazy, though.
Huh?
Don't say it's gonna be crazy though. Don't say like the Bucks are gonna be an 8th seed or some shit like that.
No, not that crazy. I got one crazy one. But I actually believe it. Like I do sincerely believe it.
All right.
So East seedings, 15, I got Magic. 14, I got the Wizards. 13, I got the Hornets. And then 12, I got the Pacers. And then 11, I got the Pistons. I got the Pistons coming up. Kate Cunningham, Jaden Ivey.
All right, so 15, I got the Pacers. So 14, I got the Magic. 13, I got the Hornets. 12, I got Pistons. 11, I got the Wizards. I'm surprised you have the Wizards that low at 14.
I don't think they're a good team. I mean, Beal just scores. Kuzma, I love Kuzma. I love Kuzma since he's on Lakers, but that boy is not a game changer. I mean, they got KP, Porzingis. Those that don't know who that is, but he's always injured. Like I just don't trust him. I think the Hornets are better than them, even without Miles Bridges and
really?
And yeah.
What's the starting lineup for the Hornets versus the Wizards?
No idea, but I got them ahead.
I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. I think it's gonna be Beal, Denny Avdia, who's a great defender.
Yeah.
Still rising. Rui, Kyle Kuzma, and Kristaps. I think it's a way better starting lineup than LaMelo. I don't even know who's starting. Terry, Gordon Hayward, who's injured all the time.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre.
PJ, and like Mason Plumlee. I don't know.
Yeah, Cody some shit.
Oh,
I
was
mean,
it Cody Zeller? No,
I don't
different
know.
Plumlee.
One of the white centers, they got one of the white centers on their team.
It's Plumlee. It's Plumlee. It's Plumlee. I think that's, I don't know. I think the Wizards are way better than the
I can
Hornets.
see it.
But who really cares? They're both going to be bottom. We basically have the same bottom five, though.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, which is thank God for that. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'll start off with 10.
One by one. Yeah.
So my 10 in the East is the Knicks. At the Knicks 10.
Me too.
All right,
Me too.
Knicks 10. All right, I mean,
talk about why.
Yeah, I mean, just every other team is better than them. I mean, simple as that. The East is pretty deep now. And the Knicks, I think they'll do better than last year. I think last year they were an 11 or a 12 seed. I can't remember, but I mean, RJ Barrett's on the come up, bro. That dude's he's a rising star. They just got Jalen Brunson. He'll be solid for them. Julius Randle probably gonna get traded, but if he's playing for them, he's solid. Yeah, I think they're gonna dump him.
Do you think they'll attach a first round pick to trade him?
No idea.
I don't know. It's gonna be tough because
Knicks are a dumb franchise, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Yeah, they'll fucking attach Jalen Brunson. Fucking throw RJ in there. Like, oh shit, let's get rid of him too.
The guy they just signed to a max, they just dump him in there with Julius Randle.
And then plus, honestly, they have a solid bench. They got, Obi Toppin's probably going to start. And he'll probably start like small forward or something. But then they also got Quickly, and they got D Rose. D Rose is my guy. That man, definitely a good 6-man for them. That's basically it. That's really it for them.
Yeah. And so when I was making my list, I noticed that the East, I say like it's pretty obvious who the 8 teams are, in my opinion, who are going to make the playoffs. Compared to the West, which we'll get into, that was extremely difficult. I think the West, we're going to have completely different teams.
We are.
All right. So number 10, I had the Knicks. We already talked about why. So number 9, I'll get into it. I have the Raptors. So, yeah.
Why would you have? I got the Cavs, bro. I got the Cavs.
Okay, hear me out. The Cavs are not that far off in the 9th, in my opinion. I think the Cavs, they would have made the playoffs this year if it weren't for injuries.
Yeah.
And I think Evan Mobley's going to take a jump. I think Darius Garland can take a jump. I think Jared Allen's going to take a mini jump. I think just the fact that those 3 are going to get better. I think the young core is better than the Raptors' young core because they already have basically Pascal at his peak, basically. They got Fred VanVleet at his peak, basically, was a borderline all-star. They got OG and Scotty Barnes can definitely improve. He probably will. So, it's not that far off where I have the Cavs. I have the Cavs 7th. So it's not that far off. But I just think the Cavs are going to be more hungry for it because they missed out last year. Barely missed out, which was very unfortunate. And I just think, Evan Mobley, I'm very high on Evan Mobley. I think he's going to drop like close to 20 and 10 next year. And he's going to be a defensive monster. And I just think that team is more hungry. And it's also the thing with young teams. They're more hungry to win regular season games. And the Raptors have already done that basically the past 5-6 seasons. Yeah. And I just think they're going to be on the outside looking in, but barely, really close.
So, all right. So my reasoning for having the Cavs, I think, obviously I agree with all that. I think they're definitely going to take a huge jump. I can see Mobley even being an all-star, bro. I'm not even lying on that. If they get a high enough seed, because they were 5th seed, halfway through the season at all-star break. So, that made Jared Allen and Darius Garland. And Mobley's better than Jared Allen. So, he could definitely be an all-star. It was just kind of I just think the other teams will just have more firepower to, you're right about the hungriness part, but I just don't. It's tough, bro. But those the 1 through 9 for me in the East is so close. I could see literally any of them. I could see the Cavs even being a 3 seed, bro. Somehow, just somehow going a crazy run. Because they got Rubio back and Colin Sexton. He's a restricted free agent, but
the only weird part about it is the Colin Sexton part. they haven't signed him yet.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if they do, he's also a young guy who's hungry, trying to prove himself. I don't know. There's so much more upside with the Cavs. I feel like we already know kind of what the Raptors are. Obviously, Scotty Barnes is like the only young player who's primed to get better. Maybe OG.
Yeah.
But with the Cavs, young rosters are so young and they're already so good that I just think they have more upside. I just believe in that upside more than I do the Raptors upside right now. So obviously, I'm not saying the Raptors are a bad team. I'm just saying this is not for a playoff. They could be 8 too. But anyways, tell us your eighth spot.
So my 8th spot. This is when it gets tough, bro, because I feel like it's gonna be really close, like within 8 through 4. Like their records are gonna be like 2 games in between type stuff. I got the Hawks. Have the Hawks down there. I think like they're obviously a great team. You know, adding DeJounte Murray is great. I think they'll figure it out, but I don't think they'll figure it out right away. And I think I just don't see it. Like they're obviously still a playoff team, but I just don't see them as complete as the rest of the teams, in my opinion. Yeah.
All right. So I'm not gonna say I have the Hawks. I got the Bulls. Here's why.
Okay. Yeah, I had them neck and neck.
Right. The Bulls, I think people maybe more scared about what the Bulls are doing in a bad way. Because I'm gonna talk about Lonzo Ball. He's been injured he's been injury prone player with his legs since the Lakers. He's still injured. He's still recovering from I don't know, and they just signed him too. So I think the Bulls should be more scared of that. I think it's great they got Goran as a replacement type player for Lonzo, even though he's not as good as Lonzo. But I think I'm predicting that like Lonzo is gonna miss a lot of games this year. I just think he's got a leg injury that he hasn't really recovered from. He's been out since I don't know when, January I think, which is crazy. And outside from Lonzo, they got Zach LaVine, who I have as an all-star. Spoiler alert, I have as an all-star, but he's more like a last card type of all-star, borderline type of all-star. Because he has great offensively, doesn't have much defense in his game, which is fine. They got Vucevic, who I think will be better, but I just don't think he's the right fit for that team. I think they need more of someone who's more of a defender. They need more defense on that team, honestly. Because they got Caruso there, but he can only do so much. You know, he's not like the all defensive type of guy. He's maybe on the borderline of that. He could probably make one, but I think when you got Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, hopefully Patrick Williams. Kobe White.
And Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams is good, bro. Patrick Williams, he's a beast. No,
I agree. I just worry so much about injuries when it comes to that team. Because Patrick
Williams
also missed like 6 months last season, 4 or 5 months, I think, last season.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, I don't know. I'm not that high as Bulls as I was last year. As you know, I was really high on them.
Yeah, I mean, me too, bro.
Yeah, we're both high on them. But I just think they're going to take a step back. I just think the other teams ahead of them are more hungry. They're going to care more. Like I have the Cavs 7th, right? So I think they're going to, really care about the season. I think they're less likely to be injury prone compared to the Bulls. And I saw the Bulls AC. I could see them like having some struggles and having a win streak. Struggles and win streak. That's what I'm predicting for that team.
I got them 7. So I mean,
all right, cool.
Like I agree with what you're saying. Just how I see it is Zach LaVine missed a lot due to like COVID, and Caruso got that that injury from fucking Grayson Allen's dumbass. And
he also got different.
I just think they missed a lot of time.
He missed a lot of time for different injuries because of his play style.
I'm talking about like it was near the end of the season, kind of when they went on their decline, and Zach LaVine was missing time, so like a lot of it just fell on DeMar. I just think they get 7. All right, go. You already said your 7 was a Cavs, so what's your 6?
So this is gonna be.
Yeah, that's where it gets interesting.
It's crazy. So it gets interesting. All right, hear me out. I think
I know who it is. Yeah, I knew it.
Miami Heat at 6 seed. All right, hear me out. They did not get better this last season. They didn't. They have Jimmy Butler, who's a great player, but he doesn't really care too much about the regular season.
Yeah, they got
He doesn't care much about the regular season. They got Bam, who's great. Maybe he'll be an all-star, but he's also those borderline all-star type players who is great defensively. Kyle Lowry is going to be a year older. He's going to be, what, 36, 37?
Yeah.
As a 6-foot point guard, I don't know, man. That's not great. Tyler Hero, I think they're going to trade Tyler Hero. I don't really see them. I mean, they've been trying to trade Tyler Hero to Utah, apparently.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then Duncan Robinson, I think he'll bounce back from last season. He'll be better, but I just don't think he's going to move the needle too much. And then they have a bunch of role players after that. They lost PJ Tucker, who was a crucial part of their starting lineup, who was a great connector, 3-and-D type player. That was a huge part, and they didn't replace him. So I just think the Heat from the number 1 seed, they're going to go down to the 6th seed, mainly because they just don't have enough players who I think will be consistent enough. They have a lot of inconsistency, and then their best players are regular season, give it all you got type of players. So, yeah, I got Miami Heat falling. You got 6th seed.
So 6th seed, I got the Raptors. Those are my Raptors coming in. Because I believe they're such a team. Like, they were disappointing me in the beginning of the season. Then they went on that tear, where they're just like, damn, I forgot how good of like a solid group they are. And bro, I think Gary Trent is a freaking animal. That dude can shoot lights out. I think he's gonna fit more in the system this year. Scotty Barnes is developing. I love Scotty Barnes. He's a beast. OG Anunoby, he struggles at times, but bro, he's got that thing about him where he can score like at ease, like if he like gets into the flow. And then I mean they picked up Otto Porter, huge pickup, great wing. I wanted him on the Lakers, but can't get that. They picked up Chris Boucher. I mean, they didn't pick up, but they got Chris Boucher still. Chris Boucher's on the come up.
They need a center.
Yeah, I mean they need a bigger center. Yeah, because they got Boucher. I think Boucher's like 6'11", but that dude's just skinny.
I like him, but he's a backup.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing that like puts me a little bit worried about the Raptors. They need a more complete team. They can't rely on too many wings, bro. They have how many wings they got? They need a center, bro. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I can see that, bro, but I mean, okay, this is a bad comparison. This is a weird comparison, but like you look at the Warriors, right? You look at the Warriors. You know how the Warriors never had like a center, like really, like a solid center. Draymond's not a center. You know what I mean? Like he can play that role.
There's a difference between the playoff and the regular season, though. In the playoff, they don't really play a center, but in the regular season, they do. They played.
Yeah, but they're still. They were a 3 seed last year.
No, they did play a center though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't have like an elite center. Like,
okay,
it was a bad comparison.
Because they have Steph Curry.
Yeah, but they got two. The Raptors got 2 All-Stars on their team. They're obviously they're not. Yeah, okay. I'm not comparing.
It's not the same level.
I can't compare like the people. I'm just comparing like the situation. But yeah, anyways.
No, I kind of get you, but I mean it's different because it's Steph Curry, bro. He's a top player of all time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pascal, you're not a top player of all time.
Yeah. I hope people don't think I'm saying that. Hell no. But
you think Fred VanVleet is on the same level as Steph Curry? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, clip it. All right, so my 5 seed, I got the Heat. They suck.
All right, so you got the falling team.
Yeah, I think I could definitely see them falling deeper. Right. But all the reasons you said earlier, I got the same reasons.
I think, dude, there's one team I'm betting on that's going to drop from their position last year. Is definitely the Miami Heat out of all teams, East and West.
Hell yeah.
Because they did not get better, unlike the 5 teams ahead of them who I will start with. I got the 5th seed. I got Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
So
I can see it.
I love the DeJounte Murray trade. We see how he's wilding out right now at, some pickup games.
Banchero,
A lot of people's heads. Bullying Banchero, being humble,
Yeah.
But for real, like I love that. I love Trae Young and DeJounte Murray pairing. All right, I think they complement each other so well. I don't think it's gonna take as much time as you think it's probably gonna take. I think they've also played together in AAU apparently, so they're friends. So I think they're just gonna gel. Like maybe not immediately, but maybe a couple games in.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna go on like a huge winning streak. I think they're gonna be more. Another thing, like I said, young players are more hungry. Last year they had a bad year, so I think especially Trae Young's gonna come in, try to prove that Eastern Conference final run wasn't like a fluke.
Wasn't a fluke. Yeah. I can see it.
So I think they're gonna come to him. DeAndre Hunter, hopefully he can stay healthy. I worry about him being healthy.
Yeah, DeAndre.
Bobby, what was his name? I forget.
Bogdanovich and Kevin Huerter.
Bogdanovich. I keep getting them confused. Kevin Huerter's not on that team anymore, by the way.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I forgot he just signed with the Kings, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Bogdanovich, great 6-man. I think Bogdanovich could be like a 5th guy on the team or a 6-man. I think
he's their
team
6-man.
More likely gonna be a 6-man.
Yeah, he's their 6-man.
They have Capella, who I think is gonna be better, even if Capella isn't good because he wasn't good last year. Okongwu is a great young player. I think he could fill in that role of defensive-minded, rebounding center perfectly. Like he doesn't need to score because he already got enough of that. I think Trae Young is gonna have the best season of his career. I think he's gonna drop like 28, 9 and 7, 9 and 5 probably because he can get many rebounds.
Yeah.
But DeJounte is gonna get like 27 and 8, like and crazy defense, all defensive type player. I love DeJounte. And then DeAndre Hunter, he's a great defensive player. Also scored a little bit. And then they got Bogdanovich off the bench to score. They got great like mix of young players with defense and offense. This is why I love the DeJounte Murray trade so much because he's a perfect Trae Young's like all offensive type player, but not much defense.
Yeah.
DeJounte is the opposite. Not only the opposite, because he makes up for that on the defensive end, and he's also great offensively. Great playmaker too. And so I'm just really high on the Hawks. I think they're gonna get the 5th seed. I think they're gonna improve from last season and show that that final Eastern Conference final wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I can definitely see it. Like that's why like it's so tough, like 1 through 9 for me, because like I can see these teams literally just all switching positions for the most part. No, besides like the top three, no. But
I don't know why, but I'm fully confident that the Hawks like being a top at least 6 seed, at least a top 6. Like they're gonna do better. They're gonna be really, really great. You're gonna hear about them when you be on the winning streak. They're gonna hear about them, Trae Young and DeJounte like complimenting each other and like dropping near triple doubles. You know.
I hope so, bro. I love Trae Young and I love DeJounte Murray. That was a steal that they got. All right.
As far as that trade goes, they probably gave up 1 pick too many, but it doesn't matter because they're both young, and they're probably going to be in the playoffs the next 4 or 5 seasons. So it doesn't really matter. I don't know if people trip out about picks. People overestimate picks, in my opinion. Like, if you got to give up 1 lottery pick to be successful for 4 to 5 seasons, you do it. Like, come on.
But I mean, you've seen like lately, even with the picks, like lottery picks don't always give you your superstars, like not all the time. I'm trying to think of like let's see. I'm trying to think of like big names like Jokic, bro. This man he got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. Giannis wasn't I think Giannis was what?
15.
15?
15.
15. So that's out of the lottery. There you go. I mean, just players like that. You know, obviously there's the superstars that are like LeBron. You got fucking AD. You got fucking KD. Like all those people, top draft picks, but you don't always need a lottery pick.
All right. What's your 4th?
So my 4th seed, I got the Nets.
Okay.
I just think they're gonna pull it together. I honestly see Ben Simmons working with the Nets. And I mean, based off the stuff that KD was saying yesterday, I mean, they are stupid if they pick the coach over Kevin Durant. Because Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons alone will not win you a playoff game. So maybe 1. But I mean, you even saw last year, KD and Kyrie can win a playoff game. So I mean, I don't even know at this point.
I forget Ben Simmons is on that team.
Yeah, even without Ben Simmons, bro, I see them getting 4 seed. I just think they're just deadly. I mean, they lost Bruce Brown, which was huge.
Yeah.
But
they got Patty. They re-signed Patty Mills.
Yeah.
They got T.J. Warren and Royce O'Neal.
They have T.J. Warren? Dude, I didn't even see that. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good pickup. That's a good pickup. Yeah.
All right. So my fourth, I got the Sixers. All right. So here's my prediction about the Sixers.
All right.
So I think Embiid, I love Embiid, but he's been injury prone, and for the last 2 seasons, he's been kind of avoiding that. I think just for the big man who has an injury history, I don't think he's going to be as healthy this season. But he still be a beast. Like I still got him all-star, obviously.
Regardless, yeah.
Even if he's injured, like he's that good. Yeah. But the big thing here is James Harden. I think so. My prediction about James Harden is that I don't think he'll have the same burst. I think like once you lose that burst, you really get it back. I can't name any players who got older, lost like that speed, and then all of a sudden next season they were like back at it, like attacking the rim and like I don't know. I can't name anybody. So I think he's gonna rely more on his jump shot, which is gonna be fine because he's a nice jump shot. And but I think he's gonna be more of a playmaker, more of a 20 and 10 type of guy, which is great. Borderline all-star type player, but it's not the James Harden like Houston James Harden, right? Which is what they need to contend, in my opinion. So I think we're gonna see a lot of James Harden like this month he went crazy, 22 and 12, whatever. But then we'll have like 2 or 3 weeks where he's like struggling to put the ball in the basket and Tyrese Maxey is playing better than him. I think we're gonna have a lot of weeks like that. And then but aside from that, I think the rest of the team is great. PJ Tucker, awesome pickup. Yeah. Tobias Harris, he's a great he's overpaid, but he's a great like 3rd, 4th option on your team.
Yeah, I mean he can score. Then, you got those little mid-rangers. He can shoot the 3 sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's a great like good player. If that makes sense. Yeah. But and then De'Anthony Melton, I think they finally have a bench with that guy on the team. He could play bench, he could run that bench. I think he's gonna be in top for 6 man of the year, De'Anthony Melton. And Doc Rivers is a great regular season coach, and that's all I will say.
Yeah, fuck Doc Rivers. All right, so your third seed.
All right, my third, I got the Boston Celtics. All right, so
damn, you got the Nets ahead. All right.
I'm kind of regretting this, considering what happened yesterday with Joe Tsai and Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I thought so before.
Yeah, I saw that, but I still think Kevin Durant stays. There's no trade package.
Okay. So here's my thinking before that happened. My thinking was that like it was KD and Kyrie. KD and Kyrie probably still gonna stay on the team. Starting the season. I think there's gonna be more turmoil than I thought there would be. I thought they were just gonna like play really well and then kind of forget about the whole trade thing. Because there's no reason why Kyrie shouldn't play more games this season. Which I'll get into when we talk about the Nets. When I talk about the Nets, I'll get into that. But let me talk about the Celtics, right? So my thinking was that I think they're gonna have a little bit more turmoil because of the trades of Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant. I think you gotta really realize that these players are like people. They're people. They're us, you know. And imagine you're Jaylen Brown and you keep getting disrespected by your own, fans, and like your front office always trying to trade you. I think there might be turmoil between Tatum and Jaylen Brown, in my opinion.
And nonetheless, trade you for a player that you swept and locked up. So.
And on top of that, who's the guy who showed up in the finals? Wasn't the top guy in the team.
Wasn't Jason Tatum. Everyone all of a sudden who's in everyone's top 5. Oh my God, Jason Tatum's a top 5 player. The fuck up. Fuck that.
So my prediction, third seed is still pretty great. Like because they're so talented. They're gonna get
50 plus wins.
Yeah. So I think Tatum's gonna be all NBA, and I think I don't know.
Don't spoil us, bro.
I think I just think there might be more turmoil than we think there is brewing underneath. But yeah.
So my third seed, I got the Bucks because I just think they're gonna rest. Like not because they're not a good team. I think they're the best team in the East. But they're just I just think they're gonna have like more rest, because you saw, bro, those first 2 years where they were number 1 seed, they didn't go far in the playoffs. Like they kind of sold. So I think like they figured out the year before, where they won the finals. They were a third seed that year. I just think they're gonna go back to that, figure that part out, just rest a little bit more, like take it easy. Giannis is gonna go full. Obviously, Giannis isn't like a person that wants to rest. Like he's a go getter. You know what I mean? But I think they're also just gonna be mainly just the rest thing. They're still a solid team. They have all the pieces they needed.
So you're thinking that like they're just not gonna care too much about the regular season?
Yeah, because when they did care too much, it didn't work out for them. And I think they figured that out with their finals run. And
I can see that.
They're the best team in the East. There's no question in my head. But just because I don't got them one doesn't mean you're not the best.
Yeah, no, doesn't matter.
Same with MVP.
The Suns won 67 games. They got embarrassed in the second round. Like,
exactly.
All right, who got second? So you got second. You got Celtics, then, right?
Yeah, I got second.
I'm not Celtics. You already said that.
I got Celtics second.
So you got Sixers first.
We'll get into that. I got a good. I'm really up on the.
Tell me your Nets and Sixers thing, and then I'll finish off mine.
Okay, so Celtics 2, right? So Celtics 2 because, I agree with the Brown turmoil stuff, but I think that finals run is just going to carry on. And I mean, they picked up Brogdon as a sixth man, so he's going to be helping that bench out. And then Sixers, bro, I'm just really high on them. Like I think Harden is going to have a bounce back year. Like maybe not like not like a 2018 bounce back year or 27 whenever he won MVP.
Don't you think they need that though?
No, because I think I think Tyrese Maxey can help fill a lot, and I think Joel Embiid will miss less games. And who else they picked up? D'Anthony Melton's going to help their bench, and I think Shake Milton also he had a terrible year last year, and I think he's going to have a better year this year on their bench. And then they picked up PJ. So PJ
and then also they got Doc Rivers, right?
Now Doc Rivers sucks. That's not good. I am not a fan of Doc Rivers, but I'm a fan.
He's a great regular season coach.
Yeah. Just because you win in the regular season doesn't mean shit. You're right. He's a regular season coach. He's not a playoffs coach. But yeah,
that should be another reason. Anyway,
who's your one? Bucks.
Bucks, but second Nets. I kind of regret that now. The Nets.
No, it's not a bad pick.
No. I think if I were to change it, I'd probably put them fourth, but that's whatever. I'll still stick with it. The Nets, they just have so much talent. They were the 1 seed last year before KD went out. People forget that. But they had a Harden, who was a great third option. So I think just talent-wise, they're just going to win a lot of regular season games. And there's no excuse for Kyrie and Ben not to play. I think that's just what it is. If Kyrie and Ben Simmons play and actually give a shit, they're going to win a lot of games. That's all it really comes down to. But we'll see about that. And the Bucks, I kind of have the opposite take of you. That I think they're going to care more about the regular season because of how last year went.
The seeding-wise?
And what happened in the playoffs. Like, they lost, in the second round. I think Giannis, especially as, like, the leader of that team, is going to be, like, more passionate to get a top seed. And I just think they just don't want to prove that they are the best team in the East, so they're going to do it and, like, getting the 1 seed. I just think they're just going to get more shit because of how things ended, basically. But, yeah, we should move on to the West.
Okay. So, West, 15 through 11.
Yeah,
15 through 11.
So, 15, I got the Jazz. I think that team sucks, even with Donovan Mitchell.
I agree.
They got just role players who don't fit, and it's just so weird. They got Patrick Beverley and Donovan Mitchell starting backcourt. That's so weird. They got Spurs. They're trying to tank for Victor. 13, I got the Rockets. They have a good young talent with Jabari Smith and Jalen Green and Sengun, but they're still developing. 12, I got Oklahoma. I think they're going to be a good season, a better team because I think Shea's going to be better. Shea's so underrated.
Yeah.
He's so underrated.
Still.
I think he had his best season as an NBA player. Chet, I'm not that high on Chet. I think he'll have a good season. I'm very concerned about. I would never draft a player that tall with injury concerns, I would never do that. But
Yeah.
I think he have a good season. 11 got the Kings. They have a sneakily good roster. When you look at it, they have De'Aaron Fox,
and Sabonis.
They got Tegan Murray, Harrison Barnes as their wings, and then
Davion Mitchell.
Like on they got Malik Monk off the bench.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the starting two guard. I'm blanking.
Davion Mitchell.
No. There's someone else. Like shooting guard.
I don't know who they're shooting. I literally have no idea.
Whatever, but
it used to be Tyrese. But
no, whatever. But
I don't know who cares.
Whatever, but they have a sneakily good team. I can see them being like in a 10 seed too. But the play actually as far as I'm willing to go with the Kings because they have sucked for the last 20 years or 16, 17 years, whatever. And yeah, where do you have those 5 teams?
Yeah, I got the same ones. I just got different order. I got Spurs, Jazz, Rockets, Kings, OKC. I could see the Kings, possibly making the play-in, and I could also see the Thunder possibly making the play-in. I agree with Chet. I don't think he's going to be that great, but I mean, I still think they have a solid team with him this year at least.
Okay. So all right, okay. This is the hardest part about this list. All right.
This is so hard, bro.
Give me your 10 because I know my 10 is gonna completely it's gonna be like a hot take type shit. My 10.
I got Blazers.
Okay.
They're just Dame's gonna have a comeback season. Anthony Simons just got paid. So.
Well, I have them at 9, so obviously not crazy.
Who's your 10 then?
10, I got the Grizzlies.
Oh, okay. We have similar. Oh, dude, thank God.
Oh, really?
Dude, I thought I was about to get a fucking hot take. Oh, shit.
No.
Everything you say, I agree with.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get into it. Memphis Grizzlies. All right. I think they had a really great regular season last year. Mm-hmm. Big reason why was because they were new. They were the surprise team, right? People didn't know what to expect from them, and that's why they won so many games. We see this all the time with like the young Oklahoma team. All of a sudden, started winning games, right?
Yep.
And then we see this all the time with young rising teams. And I don't think they're gonna have that this season. Teams really don't like the Memphis Grizzlies. They talked a lot of shit last year, and like I said, these players are human beings. If I'm playing the Grizzlies and they were like dancing all over, winning all over us, I'm making sure I'm going back in the season and beating their ass. Yeah. And also, top of that, Jaren Jackson is gonna miss the first couple months. Who knows how long it's gonna take him for him to recover too? So you have to add on a couple more months to that. And then the last thing, they also lost depth with Anthony Melton and Kyle Anderson.
Yep.
I love Kyle Anderson. I'll get into that later. And the last thing I'm gonna say is that people need to be more worried about Ja's knees because he's had like 2 or 3 injuries. His athleticism is what makes him great. A couple of other things, but like him jumping in the air is fucking crazy, bro. It's like a pogo stick.
And he lands. He's not good at landing at all. He doesn't break his landing.
He does it too much. He does it way too much, bro. Like, and that's I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up missing like a month or 2 because he needs to rest his knees or something like that. So yeah, who do you have 9?
I agree. So 9th, I got the Grizzlies.
You have them 9?
Yeah, okay. I got them 9th. Gotcha. That's why, bro, because I just see them falling off. Even without injuries, bro, I don't even see them. I think the other 8 teams just outperform them because you're right. Everyone's expecting. They know what to expect from them. They got the same kind of game plan. I mean, just give it a Ja and let Ja work. And sometimes he'll kick it out to Desmond Bane, and sometimes he'll kick it out to Dillon Brooks. That's really it. That's really all they've been doing. And then they lost to Anthony Melton and Kyle Anderson. So you got what, Blazers 9th then?
Yeah, let me just say this real quick about the Blazers. Dude, that front office sucks ass. Like, I hate that front office so much.
Yeah,
they literally do the bare minimum to get better. They literally just get a little bit better. That's all they do. And then Damien's supposed to go like God mode and make them a top seed. They added Jeremy Grant, which is great, but he's not. They needed like a second all-star on that team if they want to contend.
Think about it. Jeremy Grant wasn't even the number 1 on the Pistons team last year. So how do
He's a
they
good,
want
like,
him to be a number 2 on the Blazers when this boy was
he's a
barely a
good,
number 2 on the Pistons?
he's a great like third, fourth option, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like the Blazers, I don't know why they always do this. They do this every single time. Like they should get a little bit better, and they think that's enough. I don't know. That's crazy.
And one last thing with them, they're building the same thing with Anthony Simons, where they traded CJ, and they're just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The two guard. So.
Two guards who can't really defend. Okay, whatever. AC. Tell us AC.
So my 8 seed, I'm iffy on this, bro, but I got the Mavs. I think Jalen Brunson.
Not crazy.
Yeah, I love Luka, and I think he can carry. Like, bro, in the playoffs, they're still a dangerous ass team. Like, I'm not gonna face them in the playoffs. But I mean, I think Christian Wood helps, but he's obviously not bringing that same firepower. I don't think Dinwiddie does as good as Brunson did last year. So
I agree.
Even though Hardaway's better, but
this is probably gonna be my hot take 2.0. For AC, I got the Phoenix Suns.
Bro, yeah, I
Hear me
can't
out.
disagree.
Hear me out. All right. Again, they won a lot of regular season games last year. I think what happened in the playoffs is gonna take a toll on them. I just don't think they're like a bounce back type. They clearly showed they weren't a bounce back type team. I think Chris Paul's gonna get older. Eventually, age is gonna catch up to him. I think it'll be great. He won't be an all-star this season, in my opinion.
Hell no.
Devin Booker would be great, and I think the whole handling of DeAndre Ayton was so unnecessary and creates so much tension in the locker room. I don't know how he's gonna be. I think he'll be fine, I guess. But aside from like Devin Booker being your all-star, they have a lot of great role players. They got Mikal Bridges. They got Cam Johnson. They got I was gonna say what's his name? Campaign, but he's been pretty bad lately.
Yeah, he had one good playoff run, like one good playoff.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, actually, I don't know. I think the team's just gonna struggle because of what happened in the playoffs. And then Chris Paul's gonna get worse, so that's why I haven't dropped it to the 8 seed. I still got them making the playoffs because they're still like a well-rounded team. They still got a great coach. But overall, I think they're gonna drop just because you can't rely too much on Devin Booker. We see what happens when you rely too much on Devin Booker. You're like a lottery team. So, but
he talks shit and then he gets cocky. That's what happens.
And then they have great role players though, so it'll be enough to make the regular season. I just got 7 teams ahead of them. I just think are just way better. I'm more hungry.
Who was your 7?
That was my 8. So wait, who was your 8?
The Mavs.
You say yours?
Oh, the Mavs. I thought you were saying your 7th. My bad.
No. My 7 picks are better than them. That's what I'm saying. What's your 7?
Okay. So, yeah, this is the same as like I said with the East, bro. Like all these teams can literally switch every position, but I got the Pelicans.
Oh, okay.
I think they could be higher. Like I could see them getting top 4, but I just think it's gonna take a little bit for Zion to get back into the flow. And I mean, they had a good end of the year, but their beginning, I don't think they'll have the same terrible beginning of the season they did last year. But yeah, but I mean, I got them 7. They're a solid team though.
All right. Yeah, 7. I got the Mavericks. Same thing as you said. I wouldn't be surprised if like halfway through the season we see reports of Christian Wood having issues with Luka Doncic about shots, some crazy shit like that. He's such a diva. I wouldn't want him on my team. Like I just don't like players like that. You can be talented all you want, but if you're creating drama, you think you're the best when you're not. I don't want you on my team, especially when you got Luka there. And yeah, they lost Jalen Brunson.
They're big too. They're big. A big team.
They're big. Why? They got Christian Wood, JaVale McGee, and Dorian. Yeah, they are big.
They got Kleba
and then Luka is big too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but they're still a solid team. I think the Jalen Brunson thing is a huge loss for them, obviously. If they had him, I would honestly have him like top 4. That's how good I think Jalen Brunson is for that team.
Oh yeah,
but
I agree.
Yeah, but for my 6, I got the Pelicans, so not far from where you have them.
Okay.
I think they'll be a solid team. I love that starting lineup. I love it's CJ, Herb Jones, Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas. That's a nasty starting lineup. I just don't know how healthy that starting lineup will be. But I think Zion will play a lot of games, not to be an all-star.
I think he's gonna play. Yeah, I think he'll play enough games. I just think it'll take a little bit, like in the beginning, just to get used to, getting his same reps like that. Like CJ figuring out, with Ingram and then Zion, how many shots they're all gonna. They're not selfish.
Yeah, they'll have a good bench. They got Murphy, Trey Murphy. They got Brandon Marshall. They got that Jose Alvarado.
Yeah, Alvarado.
That's it.
Yeah,
they have a great young bench. Yeah, they're gonna be hungry too. So, but I just think the 5 teams ahead of them just have more like star power than they do, and are more like proven. So that's why I think the Pelicans for sure are making the playoffs for sure if they're healthy for the most part. For at least if Zion's healthy for at least 41 games of the season, they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your 5th?
So my 6, I got the Lakers. No, I got us. I just think for our bench.
Your 6? Huh? You're 7 with Pelicans. Never mind. 7 with Pelicans.
Yeah. 6. I got Lakers. Just obviously they're great, but I mean, just the teams ahead of them. I just think we'll have better regular seasons. If we're in a decent position too, we're gonna take rest days. That's just how they're gonna rest AD. Man's a glass man, and I think Russ pulls it together. I think he does, and I think we're good.
All right, so that's 5th is Lakers for me. So we can still continue talking about. I don't think Russ is going to be on the team for much longer. And if we do trade him for like 2 good role players like a Buddy Hield, a Miles Turner, then we have some depth now. I mean, I'm predicting a big year for Anthony Davis. I think that's the whole reason. Depth-wise, they're not as good as the Pelicans. But I just think star power-wise, I think Anthony Davis could be on par with like a top 10 player in this league. And I think this year, I mean, if he don't, this is gonna be the Lakers fan coming in. If he doesn't like perform this year, I'm legit thinking about trading him because it's 2 seasons in a row where he just hasn't been a top 10 player, which he easily could be if he just gave it
healthy AD is a top 3 power forward.
Crazy. But yeah, and then LeBron's obviously going to be LeBron. And I think those 2 are going to make all NBA teams if they give it all. And I think it's going to they're just going to rely too much on them. They have good, like, young players defensively. It's okay. It's an okay roster besides them, but it's obviously not enough. I'm banking that they're going to trade Russ. That's what's going to make them better. And that's why I have them 50. If they still have Russ, I'm going to say 6 seed or 7 seed, one of those 2. If they stop Russ, maybe he'll be a little bit better, but it's just an awkward fit. It just doesn't fit, and he's so bad defensively, like you can't change him. And I don't want to get into the whole Russ tangent, whatever, like
that tangent's another time.
Yeah, but yeah, if they have Russ 6 or 7 seed, if they trade him for good role players, I have 5th seed. So yeah.
So my 5, I got T-Wolves. I think like right. I know you're high on them, right. And I think they're top 5. They ain't top 4.
Probably you're talking so much shit. You're like, oh, they ain't that good. With Rudy Gobert, they ain't that good. Now you have them top 5. Now you got a top 5.
Okay, yeah, because their bench. I think their bench makes. I don't think, bro. I still stick by that. I don't think it makes them like an elite. But, like, you got to think about it. Like, regular season is way different. Like, playoff-wise, bro, they're not shit, in my opinion. They can make the second round. That's about it, in my opinion.
That's still great. It's still pretty good for them.
No, it is. I'm not saying it's not. But, I mean, I don't think they go past that. And, I mean, it's just – they're obviously a great team, though. Like, their bench is crazy, in my opinion. I love Austin Rivers. I think Eric Paschall is a huge pickup. You got Kyle Anderson starting for them. They have one other dude on their fucking bench. I totally forgot who it was, but they have a solid team, right?
Oh, Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, McDaniels. There you go. He could have a actually good year.
Let me get that's actually funny because I have them 4th.
Yeah, 4th. Okay.
Remember our bet, by the way. fourth.
I remember. Yeah.
That starting lineup is nasty as well. Like the Pelicans starting lineup is nasty. I got Timberwolves starting lineup as nasty because it's going to be D'Lo, who I think is replaceable for that team. I think they could get much cheaper, much better option than D'Lo, in my opinion. But still good. If he could just play make more, he'd be good. Anthony Edwards, Kyle Anderson, great connector, great defender, just perfect for that team. I think that was such a great pickup. They got Cat and Rudy Gobert. That's offense and defense, spacing the floor for Rudy, and Rudy can defend the paint. Perfect. And I just think they're going to be a top 10 offense and defense this year, just top 10 on both sides. And then I just said that bench is pretty great. I love that they kept Jaden McDaniels because he could be a great, also like 6-man type player if he really develops this year. And they're going to give him the opportunity to do so because he's going to be the main guy coming off the bench. But and he's got the tool to be a great defender. He's already a pretty good offensive player. You can trust him shooting the three. And yeah, I just think that I'm so high on the Timberwolves. I think they can make the Western Conference Finals if all goes well for them. Yeah, who do you got third?
So I gotta say my fourth. So my four, I'll do my fourth and my third.
We keep on adding.
Yeah,
on.
we keep switching it. Yeah. So I'll just do my fourth and then my third as well, and then you could do your third after.
Okay.
So my fourth, I got Clippers. I mean, I just think they're a solid team. I mean, even if John Wall doesn't start, I mean, you got Reggie starting. He's not a bad player at all. Not one bit. They got Norman Powell. They got Robert Covington.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, the only issue, I mean, is really just injury, and then their center. Like Zubac isn't great. He's good, but
they don't have a backup center either.
Yeah, exactly. They don't. So, and then I mean, it really, honestly, it's just injury. Just PG and Kawhi. If they're healthy, then they're still like a playoff team. I think with they're like them missing half the season. But yeah, I think just injury, and then
okay, that makes sense. I have them third, so
yeah, third I got I got the Warriors.
Okay, so, yeah, cool. I got them second.
Yeah, I got them second. Yeah, third I got Warriors. You know, obviously they're just. So you
got the Suns. So you got the Suns second then.
Yeah, I got the Suns too because honestly, I can see Chris Paul declining, but they're just a good regular season team. It's just they're just a good regular. I think they have the same.
What happened in the playoffs is gonna. I think what happened in the playoffs is gonna like affect them. I think what happened with DeAndre.
I think it makes them hungrier. I also think it makes Ayton want to prove himself more. Yeah. So
really?
I hate the Suns.
I disagree.
But
I don't know. I think they're a fragile team. I think they got broken in the playoffs, and I think they're gonna not be as great. But yeah,
I'm surprised we had the same. It's the same one. I'm surprised we have the same one seed.
The Nuggets.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I'm surprised. Bro, they're just fucking. Jamal's back. MPJ's back. You know, they picked up KCP. Huge pickup. Huge in my opinion. They got Bruce Brown on their bench. They got rid of Will Barton, but their bench regardless was good. They got what's his name? Campazzo. Facundo Campazzo. He's a beast.
Bones Highland. He's gonna be a second.
Bones Highland. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just depth wise, bro. They're just.
They got depth.
Yeah. Same.
They got Jeff Green, great guy off the bench. And yeah, I think they're the only team I have on here who I think is gonna win 60 games if they're healthy.
Because I got them 62.
Is gonna destroy. He's gonna like absolutely distribute the ball to all these better offensive players.
Yeah.
And yeah, we should move on to the MVP. So tell me your MVP.
We doing top three or just one?
Just one. Maybe give a shout out everywhere.
Yeah, I got Joel. Got Joel winning this year.
No, yeah,
because I got the 1 seed, and I think Harden just provides a lot to him. I think he just pops off.
I just think of it as like I don't think he's gonna be as healthy, and I don't think Harden's gonna be good enough to really help out that way. I think he'll be a borderline all-star, but that's not enough. So for MVP, I got Giannis. Like I said, I think I just think what happened in the he just strikes me as the type of guy who like really gives a shit and like really wants to prove himself. So I think what happened in the playoffs is really like made him angry, and I think he's really gonna try to win the MVP. Also, he hasn't won in like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So the voter fatigue that he had, he doesn't have it anymore. So I think if they get the 1 seed, I think Giannis will win the MVP. All right, so we got for 6 man.
6 man. I mean, this is kind of a basic one. I got Poole, Jordan Poole, Warriors. And he's just at 18.
Who do you have the Warriors?
I got them.
Do you have the Warriors? Okay, because usually the 6 man goes to like a top 3 seed.
Yeah, so, well, because like it was Poole, and then I had Brogdon, and I think both of them are just high up there.
I would pick Poole over Brogdon just because Brogdon's probably gonna get injured at some point. But
yeah, that's why I picked Poole.
I got Seth Curry from the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't know if he's gonna start.
Good pick.
I don't think he's gonna start. I think Kyrie and Patty are gonna start. So I think Seth's gonna be coming off the bench, and he's so reliable off the bench.
Damn, dude. I never thought about that. That's a great pick. Holy shit.
This pick really depends how the Nets do this year. You get me?
Yeah.
If they're not a top 3 seed, I don't see Seth winning it, but maybe I think he'll be nominated at least. Because the way they have his team set up, he's probably gonna come off the bench, and he's just so reliable with making shots and creating plays. Like he could average like 14, 15 points off the bench. And
easy. Yeah.
So yeah. Who do you got as your rookie of the year?
I love Jaden Ivey. I think Jaden Ivey is gonna have a huge year. Because I mean, rookie of the year doesn't matter really about seeding, in my opinion, unless like.
No, it doesn't.
And so Jaden Ivey with Cade Cunningham, bro, I think it's gonna be really, really good.
I have Banchero. I just think he's the most ready. I would love to pick Ivy, someone else, but I just think out of all the rookies, like Banchero is the most ready, most like NBA body ready, most like dog ready. I think he's just so competitive. I already think he's like so confident in himself. And he's gonna have shots in the Magic.
Yeah, I think Banchero can definitely do that. I also had Mathurin up there for the
from Indy.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have a good year. Anyways, who's your most improved?
Most improved. I got Michael Porter Jr. and I've had him on there before.
Last year.
If only he could stay healthy. Yeah. When we get to the All-Stars, I'll get more into it, but I just think MPJ, if he's healthy, he's always got the tools to be like an All-Star in this league. Like he's like KD light to me. Like his jump shot is so pure and so good, and then defensively he's been able to improve, but he just hasn't been able to be on the court to improve. And I just think if he's healthy and they get the 1 seed, he gets all the opportunities that he will get it with the Nuggets, and with Jokic passing him the ball all the time, he could get like average 20 points, and then I think he could be the most improved, considering like how little we've seen of him the last 2-3 seasons.
I think their seeding will definitely help him. I got RJ Barrett. I'm high on RJ Barrett. I think he's gonna have like a 25 plus points per game.
25. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna do really good this year. I think he's just gonna open up. Maybe even if he doesn't hit 25, bro, I think his assist numbers go up too.
So the reason I don't see him getting 25 is because I don't think he's gonna get the ball too much with Jalen and Julius Randle there. I don't think he's gonna get that many shots.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Just that man deserves the ball, bro. He's the best player on that team, in my opinion. I don't think Brunson's better than. I don't think Brunson's better than.
I think Brunson's better than him. Right now, currently, but okay, defensive player of the year. I got my guy.
I have a really dark horse. I have a dark horse.
Yeah, because you want to pick Rudy Gobert. I know you don't. I got Rudy Gobert. I think he's gonna come in and improve that Timberwolves team so much that he's just set up for it. You get me? Like he's just set up to like
he is
come in.
He doesn't have to do
team.
Any offense.
Okay. Defense. And I think he's set up for a top. I think the Timberwolves will be a top 5 defensive team with Rudy, and I think him changing that is gonna be a huge factor on why he'll win it. What do you think?
Yeah, I got Scotty Barnes from deep way.
Why?
Yeah, I think he's a great defender. On ball. Well, no, I agree. Like that Rudy thing, like how I see it is I think voter fatigue kicks in. to the point where I think more people are going to look at like Kawhi and like, Scotty Barnes. They're going to look at Bam more. They're going to look at Giannis more, I think, than like Rudy's going to have a great defensive year. I'm not denying that, because you're right. He is set up for it. But I mean, I just think the voters will look at different players rather than him. And I think Scotty Barnes is just I think he's a good pick. I mean, you saw Marcus Smart win last year, and I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, but I mean, out of all the awards, I would put money on Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I would not.
That's all. So who do you got as your final prediction?
I got West Nuggets. I just think they have a great playoffs. I think they just, with their full team, they're really good. And then I got them against the Bucks.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, the same thing.
Bucks for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
And I think if I were to pick, I'd pick the Nuggets.
Really?
Obviously
I got the Bucks just because I think that they've already been there. I think it helps them. And I think Giannis is just way too dominant. Like, when he has to go full force, he's just crazy. He just dominates Jokic.
The upside of like someone like Michael Porter Jr. is greater than Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. That like if you have MPJ at his peak in those playoffs, I don't think
if his peak, yeah, you're right. If his peak is like super high, then yeah, I can see it. But I mean, I'm banking on it not being like he's a huge upside.
Yeah. So let's get into All NBA real quick, and then All Stars, and then I'll probably be here because we don't have much time for it. So we got first team All NBA.
You say who do I got first?
Yeah.
So first team, I got Luka. Obviously, he's a freaking animal. I got Steph. I got Giannis.
Me too.
And then I got LeBron.
Okay.
And then I got Joel. And Joel's only up there because I got them the first seed, and then I got him winning MVP. So if he doesn't win MVP, then Jokic fills that in.
All right. Second team is probably gonna be more interesting. Who do you got?
Second team, I got. Damn, I did not. For some reason, I put Ja up here. I don't know why I did that. But so yeah, I got Ja.
So you got being a 9 seed and then making second team All NBA.
Anyways, I'm going based off because yeah, I didn't think about like the seeding part. Because when I made it, bro, I had the Grizzlies higher, and then I rethought it, and I was like, wait, they're not gonna. Anyways, whatever. I'm just gonna stick with it. But whatever. I can't think of someone off the top of my head. Like I guess I could put Trey there, like Trey making All NBA second team. But so Ja, I got Harden, so I think Harden's gonna have a great year. I think he's really gonna have a fucking really good year. And I got Tatum, KD, and then I got Jokic.
Okay. So I got Kyrie and Trey.
Yeah,
I think it's Kyrie and Trey.
Yeah, I can see Kyrie getting up there.
Trey Young, obviously, and Kyrie. Like, there's no if he plays, he's an All NBA talent. Like, that's how good this guy is. Like, we forget it because he doesn't play and all the other shit. But if he plays, he has no excuse not to play this year. He's an All NBA player. And then got Kawhi and KD and Embiid.
Oh, you got Kawhi over Tatum?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I got Trey. So, third team, I got Trey Young. I put Booker up there because, I got them too. So, I think he's still going to have a good year. And then I think – and the thing is, bro, I feel like these voters are going to be like, all right, well, I'm going to put Booker because he's so underrated and, all that bullshit. And then I got Kawhi. I got Zion.
Remember people were trying to give him MVP?
Yeah, that shit was so stupid. So I got Book.
Oh, you got Kawhi?
Yeah, I got Kawhi there, and I got Zion, and then I got Cat.
Yeah, okay. So I got Damian Lillard. I think he's gonna carry.
That's a good pick.
And this is my dark horse.
Who was your two?
Want. It's Damian Lillard, and then this is my dark horse. This is who I want on there. I have Anthony Edwards.
I can see it. If they get a high enough seed.
If that team improves like I think they will, and Anthony Edwards is like a 24, 25 point per game scorer and great defender, there's no reason why he shouldn't be on here. And then I got Anthony Davis and Tatum and Zion Williams. And I was gonna put Cat, but it's probably gonna be Cat because he's the center or whatever, or Rudy.
Yeah.
But I think Zion's just way better player than both of them. Like he dominates whenever he's playing.
Yeah, if I really want it, I'd probably put AD in there as well and just take Cat out. But
I should.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. They're pretty.
All right, let's get into All Stars. Who do you got starting in the West? Starting the last segment.
So West starters. I got Steph Curry, Luka, LeBron, Kawhi, Jokic.
Same. All right. Explain.
And then reserve.
Easy.
Yeah, no explanation needed. West reserves. So I got Booker, I got AD, I got Ja, I got Zion, I got Cat, and then I got Dame and Paul George.
Wait, say that again. Sorry. Say your guards first.
So yeah, because it's 2 guards, 3 forwards, and then 2 extras.
Yeah.
So so my guards, I got Booker and Ja.
Okay.
And then my forwards, I got AD, Zion, and Cat. And then I got Dame and Paul George.
Okay. So you don't got Anthony Edwards anyway on him.
No, so I did have him for PG, but I think PG is gonna have bro, looking at their stats wise, PG can average 25, 8 and 8. So I think he has a comeback.
Anthony Edwards could average 25, 9 and 7.
I disagree. He can average 25, 6 and 3. He does not average over 5.
No. I was exaggerating, but Paul George gets injured way more than Anthony Edwards. The reason I'm so high on Anthony Edwards too is because he's built for this. He doesn't get injured. He's always playing. I don't know how many games he's missed, but he hasn't missed many. And I don't know.
I'm not going based off. Yeah, I'm going based off full healthy. That's why I'm just going.
Oh, okay. No, I'm predicting either Kawhi or Paul George gets injured because that always happens every season. And as far as the Clippers things go, I want to say real quick, I think it's another secret turmoil team because you got John Wall probably going to start for them when you have Reggie Jackson, who's shown he doesn't like coming off the bench. He wants to. And, if I were him, I'd be pissed too because he's been pretty good for them. Yeah. And you just signed John Wall. I think that could create some tension and that can make them maybe trade one of them at the trade deadline. But yeah, that's my prediction. Anyways, for reserves, I got Anthony Edwards and Damian Lillard as my guards because I'm just so high on Anthony Edwards and I know Damian can carry that team. And also, I got the Suns as the 8th seed, so I actually don't have Booker on my team. And then I got Anthony Davis, obviously Paul George, and Karl-Anthony Towns as my forwards. And then I got Zion as an extra. And then I was deciding between Ja or MPJ. I'm so torn between those two. I'd probably be Ja.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Ja.
But I actually want to give a shout out to MPJ because I could totally see him making it, and I'd be so happy if he does.
I agree.
So yeah, I don't have Booker or who's the guard you had?
That was it. Just Booker. Booker was the only one we didn't say.
Okay. So
all right. So East starters. Yours probably gonna be different because I got Harden in this thing. So I got Trae Young. I got Harden, I got KD, Giannis, and Embiid.
But you have Trae Young, Harden?
Yeah, I have Trae Young starting.
Harden?
Yeah, I got Harden. Yeah.
You said okay, so I have the same one, but I'm putting Kyrie instead of Harden.
Okay. Not mad at that.
I'm just not. I mean, I still got. Okay, so tell me your reserves.
Yeah, this shit. These ones are tough. So I got DeRozan. I got Tatum. I got Garland, Kyrie, obviously. So I'll go. My bad. I'm going like way out of order. Anyway, let me go with my guards. So guards would be Kyrie and Garland starting, and then I got DeRozan, Tatum, and Butler as my my forwards. And then I also have Cade. I got Cade Cunningham in there. I think he's gonna have a really good year. It's my extra.
I like that. I like that.
And then I have LaVine, but I could see like Pascal Siakam or like one of the like a Raptor just getting in instead of him.
I have a Raptor on there. Okay, so I like that list. I like that you have Cade.
Yeah.
The only downside is that they're probably not going to win a lot of games. I don't think he makes it.
Yeah.
I do have another player similar to that, a young player, but I think mine's more likely because they're going to win more games. So
I know who it is. Yeah.
Who is it again?
It's Mobley.
No.
What? Oh shit! Then I do not know. All right.
So I got guards off the bench. I got Harden and Garland. I'm not as high as Harden as you are. I think you'll be okay. Borderline all-star, like right here. Harden, Garland. I think he'll get the votes too because he's Harden. Garland, I got Tatum, I got Jimmy, I got Pascal making it. And then the two extras, I got Zach LaVine and I got DeJounte Murray. I think the improvement on the Hawks is going to raise his stock, and he's going to be an all-star. So that's my pick, my crazy pick, I guess.
I can see it. You got LaVine over DeMar?
Yeah, so the thing about that is I think DeMar, I don't think he's gonna be as good as last season. Okay. And
well, last season was crazy. He averaged like 28. So I mean,
yeah, I know. I mean, I could be wrong about that. That's the one thing. That's the one guy like I wanted to put on. I mean, I could easily put him on over DeJounte, but like when I looked at my seeding, I have him as the 8th seed.
Yeah.
So no, there's no way they got two all-stars as the 8th seed. So, and I think Zach LaVine is gonna be he's kind of like the face of the Bulls, in my opinion, even though DeMar had a better season. And I think DeMar just like dropping off. He's going to drop off a bit. And I think the Bulls are going to struggle sometimes. So I don't think he's going to be like considered as an all-star as much as last season. I could be completely wrong about that. I don't think it really matters because I don't think the Bulls are going to be as great either way.
No.
And so I got DeJounte because I think just being that new factor about the Hawks makes them more deadlier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about the LaVine thing too, kind of, because LaVine is just I don't know. I got DeRozan ahead of him, but the LaVine, thing, yeah, I can definitely put it someone else above him. All right, so I mean,
that was predictions for 2023. Maybe we could come back to this a year later.
Yeah, we will. We do gotta do that. I do want to ask one more thing before we dip out. You got like a sleeper, like a real sleeper, like for MVP or something, like a real dark horse?
All for sleeper? I mean, for MVP?
Yeah.
It's probably like Zion.
Yeah, I had the same one.
Yeah,
I have Zion or AD. I could see AD popping the fuck off.
I could see the Pelicans being like a top 3 seed and like Zion just beasting everybody. Like I could see that, but that's probably not gonna happen.
That was my dark horse. So I mean, without further ado, that was it for today's episode, 2023. Way too early predictions. We'll see. We obviously had some similarities and a good amount of differences between me and him. We'll see who's right. I think I'll be right more. But what we'll do is we'll come back, later. Like we'll check.
You'll be more right. But
what we'll do, we'll probably do like a mid-season check.
This guy thought Russell Westbrook was gonna work out with the Lakers.
Right.
Just so y'all know. But.
Anyways, we'll do the plan, right? We'll do a mid-season check, and then we'll do a end of season, and we'll see like who's we'll make like a point system and base it off that. But until we get down to that point,
and then we'll bet. We'll throw down a bet. Whoever loses.
Yeah. We'll do something for the pod, some fucking workout or something.
Yeah.
Something nuts.
So thank y'all for listening to Relatable. Next podcast, we'll talk about relatable topics. We're thinking either like fitness or like school related stuff, maybe tell some stories.
Come back with the next episode, talk about something different topic, add a little bit of basketball in there. Other than that, appreciate y'all listening, watching, whatever y'all doing. Remember, like it, subscribe to it, whatever you do on Apple Podcasts, and see y'all next time. Peace.